that are more directed for like 10-year-olds, they
Yeah.
look like this, right? Because
Hmm.
they're from a cheaper price point, so there's less paint apps. I feel like at this price point that's more directed for adult collectors, we need
Get
to
us,
get those black lines. Yeah.
get those black lines. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. John, and this over here is Josh. Big news, my friends, from Marvel Legends, and kind of gets me some hope for some future waves of this property of this movie. Marvel Legends dropped this full wave here of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, just the Spider-Verse trilogy of movies. We don't have the third one, but yeah. But Spider-Man 2099 getting a re-release here. I mean, this thing sold, right? This thing went out of stock super quick. I mean, it was for Marvel Legends, it was a good figure for them. But the
Yeah,
difference here, yeah,
especially because the figure arts one was like exclusive and like $110, $115.
true.
Whereas like, yeah, that one had a better silhouette, but like this one wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, right? Yeah, it wasn't bad. But the cool thing here is they're adding Miguel's face sculpt to this one. So coming back around, doing it right by the fans here. I think this one looks good, and I'm glad that we're getting the face.
I'm glad, but I feel like they do this to us too many times where I believe it's intentional. And it just
Yeah.
comes across like Hasbro money grubbing, right? They did this with the No Way Home 3-pack. They've done
Yep.
this with several other different figures where they release the figure and then they make you buy another figure because you want the alt head. Because it is, I feel like, a nicely sculpted head. Sorry, guys. Another complaint, though, I think they got the skin tone wrong. Like,
He's too
he's
he's
not
too light skinned.
Caucasian. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
he's too light
Caucasian.
skinned.
He's tan.
I
And if
agree.
you look at the figure arts version, the figure arts version is a tan skin. And so figure arts definitely is more accurate in that regard. So, yeah, it's
I
way
agree.
too white
I agree.
because he's Hispanic.
Yeah, it's Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
I agree. Here's a comparison of the new one on the left here and the previous one that was released, the first wave. So slightly darker blues. You're not getting the cape, but you are getting
Mm.
the head. They kind of fixed some things.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know actually which color I like. Which one do you like? Because I feel like they both work, and I don't feel like one's either inaccurate or not. Because I feel like just because the lighting was so crazy in that movie, I don't know. I feel like I like both.
For me, I like the lighter blue. That's just a personal preference for me, but the darker does work.
And I
And
think the darker is more like accurate to how he appears in comics and video games. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, a lot. Yeah, he is a lot darker in that. And I also feel like the chest is the torso is a lot better proportion in the second one, in this more recent release.
For sure. The biggest thing is the trap muscles. The trap muscles are no longer straight. The trap muscles
Mm-hmm.
are now angled up, which actually I didn't actually realize that when I first saw this, I was like, I thought they were just reusing the mold. I didn't think that they actually went and redid and fixed those trap muscles because that's honestly what kind of made that
Yeah,
silhouette of the original release kind of look funky.
boxy. Yeah,
Yeah, just like it didn't look right, and that's cool. And I bet you can even like put the web if you want the cape, you can probably put it on the other figure as well.
true.
So it's
That's
like
that's true. That's true.
you have both pieces now. You have the head,
Build
you have
up
the
on it.
web.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can make your ultimate Miguel.
yeah. I'm kind of like I've taken a step back from Marvel Legends, and I don't know. I kind of feel good about getting the second one. The first one I wanted just because I liked the character, but it had its issues. But getting that second one here with the head sculpt, the better proportions, darker color blue, I'm digging, man. It's kind of nice not having to like have that urge to be like, oh, I got to get that one. It's nice being able to like sit back and wait a little bit.
And no, but seriously though, props to them to actually not just reusing it. Like I
Yeah,
cannot believe that they fixed those traps because I'm looking at it and everything looks exactly the same. Even the tiny sculptural details like on the red print, it's
mm-hmm.
literally just the traps.
Just that piece there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's everything you're getting in. You're getting the masked version, unmasked, and two sets of hands. All right, there's the box art in that classic Across the Spider Verse case. Next up, they're jumping back to Into the Spider Verse. Miles Morales from number one from the first movie there, when he's got this full suit, right? He's just in the all black. He spray painted a spider on that Spider Man suit. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I like that they're going back to that first movie. I'm happy with my original Spider Man and Miles Morales with the jacket and the Nikes. But this is cool. This is a nice addition to that.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole. I feel like because kind of both looks are iconic because the
Yeah.
shorts and the hoodie and the Jordans. It's like you love that look, but then to get the definitive final ending look is really cool. And I think a good head sculpt like that looks like the
Yes.
animated,
Yeah.
and he's like the young. He doesn't really have like the flat top. It's like
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
Just
shorter
the
hair. Yeah.
little throwed out hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think this is cool. And again, I'm happy that they're going back to that first movie. Here's Miles Morales in the packaging and everything you're getting with him. 2 sets of hands, 2 different head sculpts there. Next up, our boy Pietro, Spider-Man India, right? Coming in hot off the heels of the SH Figure Arts one. And it's tough to compare those two, I understand, because like you're getting a lot more sculptural
Oh
details.
no, what are we doing here? We're here to compare them, baby. We'll factor in the price.
Okay, but I mean, you're getting a lot better details. I think they did the skin tone better on the SH Figure Arts, but that's just me. I think the golds are better on the SH Figure Arts, but this one isn't bad. I mean, it's cool that I'm happy that we're getting this in the line.
Yeah, it's definitely a good, cheaper alternative. And you're right. The skin tone is too red. It's like way too red.
Almost going to orange, you know?
Yes, like it should be more, I don't know, maybe it's the lighting, because here it kind of looks better, but in some of the pictures it looks really red. And you're right. It's just, even though this is a $25 figure, just looking at like Miguel's suit, Spider-Man suit, you can see they add sculptural overlays even on those figures, but on this one, for some reason, he didn't get those details. It's kind of very smooth. And so that's why, even though this is a $25 figure, I feel like just comparing it even to the other figures in the wave is still kind of subpar from those.
Yeah. And I think just the gold too, it's like a yellow orange, you know, instead of that like
it's probably that like marbly plastic that they use, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, that's true. But cool that he's in the line. Love it. 2 sets of hands, his little web slingers, and 2 different head sculpts. Looking good, dude. All right. Next up, from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse again, from the first movie, we're getting Peter B. Parker, right? The good-looking one, the
Chris Pine Spider-Man.
The Chris Pine man, right? Miles Morales is Spider-Man. And this is cool, getting the animated, the Spider-Verse animated version of Spider-Man in a clean outfit here with the blonde hair on Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, after they finish this trilogy, it would be even cool to get like a prequel Spider-Man movie, but of this Spider-Man, you know, like in Prime Spider-Man.
Just Prime.
Yeah, that would be sick. And then it would make kind of like that death in the first movie like even hit harder, you know?
Harder? It already hits hard, dude.
If I was thinking you had a solo movie, because it would be cool to get like that. Because, you know, it's been a successful franchise. I bet they'll do something beyond this trilogy, you know?
Beyond the trilogy. We'll see.
Yeah. The only thing, you know, is just the lack of the web lines, you know, and it's featured in the show. I mean, not in the show, I mean the movie. And it just comes off looking like cheap plastic to me.
Okay.
Because of those, like, I feel like if they would have added that black, because if you look at those 5 POA Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse figures, or any Spider-Man figures they have like in the aisles and toy aisles that are more directed for like 10-year-olds, they look like this, right? Because they're from a cheaper price point, so there's less paint apps. I feel like at this price point that's more directed for adult collectors, we need to get those black lines. Yeah,
get those black lines. All right, but there's Peter. There's everything you get within 2 different head sculpts and 2 sets of hands. Yeah, there's the Peter B. Parker, looking good.
And are they just like reusing some of the parts from?
Correct. So like that would be the uppers. That's like the
from
top,
the sweatpants one.
Yeah, top from the sweatpants part, and I think they did do. Maybe they did. I can't remember. But definitely the top torso. That is from the sweatpants version, which is also unlined web lines.
So. Yeah, that one same issue. Yeah, same issue.
All right, let's get into the heat. What everyone's going to be getting. I know for a fact everyone's picking this one up.
For sure, because it hasn't been touched, right? Yeah.
No one's done it. And it was such a cool cliffhanger. Such a cool aesthetic, right? Getting Miles as the Prowler. I think this one's Miles B. Morales or something, like Miles J. Morales, something like that, right? The initial's just different with this alternate version, but this looks great, dude. I love this, man.
Yeah, the head sculpt looks good. Like that looks almost, I feel like, even better than the other Miles we're getting in this wave. I feel like this Miles even captures the look even better. And I love the brown kind of rusted paint that you're getting on those claws. It adds a lot.
A little bit of detail there, yeah. And he's got like cybernetics throughout his whole suit too that are painted. I love that. Just kind of, because to me, when I first saw this, I was just like, you know, it's just kind of like spray painting, right? You just get like messy sometimes because it's just paint, aerosol paint, and those little techno pieces that are in those like turquoise and the reds and purples just pop on that, just like that paint that would. But yeah, man, removal of the backpack too. I dig this.
Yeah, this will satiate us for a little bit. So hopefully, you know, the imports like Mayfest can come in, because I feel like this one has to be done like at the higher end.
To.
Yeah.
Especially if you know, depending on his role in the third movie, Like
Oh, it's
we'll
gonna
get
be big. It's gonna
we'll
be big
get
in third.
those we'll get an import version of this for sure. But for right now, this looks good. I'm excited. Miles G. Morales, that's his name. Miles G, because he's an OG. All right.
Okay.
Next up, we're getting Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen with Lila. That's of course Spider-Man 2099's AI.
And that's such a great accessory. Like it's
Yeah.
also a sizable accessory. Like I feel like a good inclusion because that it
Mhm.
just adds to your Spider-Man, like your Spider-Verse shelf.
I also like that they added it with Gwen because Gwen previously came with Spider Ham in the first wave. So
Yeah,
she's the one that gets the little characters.
yeah.
But yeah, I like this. Love that she's wearing the Converse shoes instead of the ballet slippers. The new hairdo, the new little purple paint apps on her. It's just it is from the show.
And I believe this is all new because the original Spider Gwen from Into the Spider Verse just reused. They actually just straight up reused the comic Spider Gwen and then just added head sculpt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a comic body mold. So that was kind of like people's complaint with it was it didn't really match the aesthetic of the other characters because they elected to just get away with using that body, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so this is kind of the first time they're actually getting a Gwen that has like that
Spider Verse look. Right?
yeah, that Spider-Verse like aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I dig it. Again, I love that. The Converse, those are nice. That's what she wears. She doesn't wear those bellies. All right, but there's everything you're getting. You're getting the two different head sculpts, Lila, and the two headsets or hands. Excuse me, two sets of hands.
I feel like what's also I don't know if because I'm trying to look at myself, I can't really see it that good, but I feel like the SH Figure Arts Spider Gwen from Beyond Spider Verse didn't have this purple and blue hair. Did she color her hair like within the movie? I can't remember.
I think she did.
So yeah, because I think the Figure Arts just has the basic pink one, and so this is actually a kind of a new like rendition of it. It's like really different from the Figure Arts, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good addition. But next up, we're getting a Hobie Brown from his actual universe. So this is what he would look like in his normal universe. I love that we're getting the head sculpt of Hobie. The previous Spider-Punk did not come with that. But this is basically, from what I can tell, a repaint of that Hobie with the Hobie head.
Exactly. And this one is like not a slap in the face because you get the extra head.
Yeah. You get the actual skin tone head.
Yeah. So this one's more of like, I feel like more on par with like what Figure Arts does, where it's like a bonus to elevate your other figures because it's like you're getting both head sculpts. So this does help because it's not like, I mean, you're still getting forced to buy another figure to complete your other figure, but still.
I mean, it's basically the same situation as Spider-Man 2099, but I think I like this character more, so it feels better.
Yeah, it just helps. It just helps. It just helps that it's like it helps the other old figure. You know what I'm saying?
That Miguel also would do that though.
Yeah, so
it's just that you like this guy more.
I don't know. No, I don't know. I think it's different in my head because you're getting the same head sculpt but painted differently, whereas the other one you're getting that's the only way you can get the head sculpt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's weird, but you're right.
Regardless, I love this. I love that we're getting that little addition there. Love that we're getting a universe accurate version of Hobie. Hobie's a standout, man. I love this character. I love this guy. Can't wait to see what that team does in the next movie. So,
and honestly, I was looking at somebody posted a picture of the Figure Arts version with the Marvel Legends, and to be honest, the Marvel Legends is pretty on par. Like I would say, if you had to get a Figure Arts between Hobie and Spider-Man India, definitely go Spider-Man India. Like I feel like this Hobie is really good. Like,
what's the height wise on those two?
Pretty similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so, maybe I go with the Spider because Spider-Punk actually just came back in stock. The first release came back in stock because of this wave getting reissued.
So really? Yeah, I saw them and I was just like, I think I might pass on the Figure Arts because I feel like the Legends is like good enough, especially when I saw like this head sculpt because like I was gonna get the Figure Arts for the head sculpt because the Marvel Legends lacked it, but now that this is coming with the skin color head sculpt, like it's like
it works.
$25 is $25.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's cool. All right, but there's Hobie. There's everything you're getting with him: hand, guitar, and that skin color head. All right, yeah, dude. What do you think of this wave? If you had to pick just one? What's the standout for you?
It's just bias. I know it's bias. It's got to be the Miles Morales G Prowler, just because it's something we've never gotten from anybody, or at least see. I don't have like figures, but like something I haven't seen before that's coming from this universe. And so yeah, that one for sure. And hopefully now we get more of those villains from both those movies.
Exactly, man. We need some of the villains. And for me personally, I need an SPDR with Penny Parker, man. Call it deluxe. I don't care. I just go
Yeah,
back when we finish the team.
dude. Especially if they did Spider Woman, Cyborg Spider Woman, who was in the film for like
Oh,
two
yeah.
seconds. Like that thing was, I think, retailed for $45 or $40. It was an
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
expensive
yeah.
figure. So if they can like do SPDR as like a $45 figure, like I
Hmm.
feel like they could make it good for that price point for $45. So it's
Yeah.
ridiculous that we don't have that, but they gave us Cyborg Spider Woman,
Yeah.
which is a crazy good figure. Like it's actually ridiculous how much effort and sculpted detail that they put on that figure for how little it appears in the film.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm happy to see that we're going back to Into the Spider Verse. Get some villains from there. Give me a deluxe Kingpin too, right? I want him to fill the package. Fill the package with that.
I don't even care if it's 5 POA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just a brick.
Just
Yeah.
fill the package with that Kingpin, man. All right. Well, that'll go ahead and wrap up the Spider-Man reveals, man. Really, really great stuff. I love this movie too. It's just such a fun property, and it's hot. So right on, Marvel Legends. But as always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.